The world changed on February 24th when Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine. And as a result, we as a nation have started to prepare for war. We don't really speak of it. There was no mention of it in yesterday's elections, but the fact is our country is preparing for war. We have already sent over $20 billion to Ukraine. In addition to that, we are building our military machine. And I have done the research and I have identified 12 stocks that since February the 24th are cumulatively up an average of 2.9% over 8.5 months. And they range from 22% to 96% up. I'm building my war portfolio. I think you need to do the same.
Best of Us Investors presents Carrie Griegmeyer.
As I said, I've identified 12 stocks. 5 of them actually are in the field of energy, and the other 7 are in the field of military. Everything from military heavy equipment and airplanes and missile launchers to cybersecurity. I think I found the company that replaced Palantir. Why is this so important? Well, let me ask you, if you were told on February the 24th that I'm going to go ahead and just invade my neighbors and take over their military and their energy and their foodstuffs and basically extend my dominance into my neighboring country because I just don't like that they're flirting with NATO and I'm going to go and do it. And literally, you have to know he expected he would get little or no resistance, much as Adolf Hitler got little or no resistance when he marched into Austria back at the start of World War II. And then you add to that on October the 16th, Xi Jinping paraded in front of his consul his military readiness to go to war with the United States and bragged that he had a nuclear missile that could reach Los Angeles, and it was built such that the United States could not down it. With that in mind, if you were the head of this United States, and if you were the head of the military in the United States, would you be preparing for war? Or would you just sit on your hands and say, no, what's really important is inflation and interest rates in this midterm election? Did you notice no one spoke of the war that is going on in Ukraine and the threat from China in this midterm election? They are oblivious to it. They are oblivious that our nation is preparing for war, and we are spending big money on it. Look at these headlines that I dug up from companies who are being awarded million-dollar contracts, multi-million-dollar contracts to prepare us for war. Now, what I haven't taken into the equation, there's 4 elements to war. There are security, and that is going to be a company that I found that is located in Huntsville, Alabama, who, as I said, I think replaced Palantir. You've got to have energy. You've got to control your energy if you're going to war, and then you have to build your military machine. And that's everything from ships to airplanes to rocket launchers to do bullets and guns. And therefore, this is where money is being spent, as opposed to the money that is going away from tech and the overexuberance of the tech bubble. We are in another tech bubble, and until Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and everybody gets their wallets under control, that part of your portfolio is going to go down. But if you will help me identify the additional military stocks that are going to go up as we continue to prepare for this possibility of war, we can't not do it. So we need to focus on it. This is all, again, about how I like to invest, and that is to say, put a pinpoint on it of February the 24th, 2022, that's when this surge in military spending started. It's going to go beyond that. As I said, I need your help in identifying it. So what I want to do is share my information with you on a timely basis. I'm put together a PDF on these 12 companies that I'll share with you. You'll find a link to that in the description. I also have an Instagram channel where I put out 2 or 3 1-minute videos each day that I'm going to focus on this and other investment opportunities. I also have a Twitter account, and you'll find a link to all of these in the description. On that Twitter account, I'm going to share the headlines that I find that support my contention that we need to be building a war portfolio. As I said, this portfolio, as I built it, if I had bought these 12 stocks on February the 24th, they would be up a cumulative 42%, ranging from a low of 22 to 96. Do I think this is an anomaly and it won't continue? No, it will continue, because the threat of war is just growing and it's becoming more and more apart. And as we move away from these elections and as we change our focus from interest rates and inflation, we're going to recognize this is much more important, because this is going to change the way we live. Globalization is going away. I have told you about the deglobalization, and this is a part of it. We have to defend ourselves. We have to be in a position to stand up to Vladimir and Xi Jinping. We have to. If we don't, the game's over. So it really doesn't matter what the inflation rate and the interest rate is. This is of primary importance. And what you got to recognize is you're ahead of the game now, because you listen to this video and you know. And if you want more information like this, go to my YouTube channel. You're already there. To my Instagram, it links in the description. To my Twitter. I'm even on LinkedIn. You'll find all these links. And then, most important, come to our Discord. This is where this video will come out before Friday evening. Friday evening at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time, I will have a stock talk with my tribe, and we will discuss this. And I will ask them, help me find the other stocks. I've got 12 of them. I think there's probably at least a half a dozen more that we need to be in to prepare for this war. Whether it happens or not, this country has to be in a ready position if it does. So that's my tip for you. You aren't going to make a lot of money in tech for the next 6 months. As they lay people off, as they cut back on their spending, you aren't going to see much happen for them until after their next quarterly report. But this is an area where you're going to see a lot of activity. Look at that chart. Go to the PDF. It's going to be in the description, and I'll send it to you, and I'll include a picture of that chart and a list of each of the stocks that I'm putting in my war portfolio. Talk to you again more about this and other opportunities tomorrow.